Hello my fellow Aura, this is your Aura Sly here, and welcome back to the Aura Division, a wizarding community of lore keepers, artifact discoveries, and dangerous curiosities. Are you just now apparating into this channel? Quit being a muggle and subscribe down below, and stupefy the bell notification button to alert the ministry you want more content. And in this video, I am going to analyze the Ravenclaw Common Room from the Hogwarts Legacy game, the open world Wizarding World RPG that will be released on February the 10th, 2023. Look, there's so many new secrets and details that the fans of this game will very much appreciate. While the Hufflepuff Common Room felt very much like a hobbit hole, the Ravenclaw Common Room reminds me of the beautiful scenes of Rivendell and Lothlorien kingdoms in Middle-earth, from the Peter Jackson's rendition of The Lord of the Rings. Everything just feels regal, light, airy, and elegant. The beautiful silvery blues, bronze, and gold mixed throughout the entire room brings us the notion that we are in a higher place of learning and a spiritual connection. I know, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, different franchises, but I just couldn't help making these connections. In the Ravenclaw Common Room, everything is organized and symmetrical, except the books, since they are brought by the students. And in this first scene, we see a lot of Ravenclaw characteristics throughout the room. For example, this circular room is very large, very well lit, and everything just feels very light, as if you're flying in the sky. The arched windows provide a lot of light, and they also follow the book to a T. You see, the book mentions that these windows are covered by blue and gold curtains, very much like it is depicted here. You can also spot that the developers of the game added these winged glass details to strengthen this room's connection to the sky and beyond. You can also spot more wings carved on these columns. Another cool book lore factor is that the Ravenclaw Common Room windows allow their students to have a spectacular view over the entire area that surrounds the castle. It is written that you can see the mountains in the distance, the greenhouses, the forbidden forest, the Black Lake, and the Quidditch pitch through these windows. It really calls to the notion that the Ravenclaw's wisdom and intelligence are far above of those around them, as if they are elevated both mentally and spiritually from the world. The circular patterned ceiling and rugs portray the starry sky with many constellations, giving a strong presence to astronomy, a theme that is heavily shown all over the Ravenclaw's Common Room. Something else that is mentioned in the books is that there is a statue of Rowena Ravenclaw herself in this Common Room. Now, looking at her statue, we can see that she is wearing her famous artifact, the Diadem of Ravenclaw, which is a relic that allegedly gives the wearer wisdom and intelligence unparalleled. Furthermore, we can also spot that Rowena Ravenclaw is holding a wand in her lower left hand and a book in her upper right hand. Now, a very interesting subtle detail here is that the book is higher than the wands in placement, and I believe this is demonstrating Ravenclaw's attributes perfectly, as it represents the house's values like intelligence, knowledge, curiosity, creativity, and wit above all else. Inside of this circular room, on the very bottom of the screen, you can see the call to the arts and creativity through the use of these musical instruments. Here, we can spot a harp, a lute, and a musical sheet stand. We can also see that in the very middle of this room, there is a chandelier adorned with the house's banners around it. Yes, the house mascot is indeed a bronze eagle, not a raven. The name Ravenclaw doesn't come from the claws of a raven. In the correct context, Ravenclaw is supposed to mean black raven and claw, black claw. You can also see that there are many bronze eagles adorning the edges of the chandelier. In this very next scene, over to the left bottom side of the screen, you can also see a telescope, an instrument that emphasizes not only the fact that a Ravenclaw student is going to be able to have a much wider perspective over the world, but it also allows us, the players, to probably be able to have amazing views over the scenery of the castle and beyond. At the bottom right corner of the screen, you can spot the house chest that we can see it in every single common room. This chest will probably allow us to store items that we don't need at specific points in the game. Like all of the other chests, this chest should be adorned with the image of an eagle on its opening, as the eagle is the mascot of the house. You can also spot the flute powder access point. We can see these access points located throughout the castle grounds and beyond to allow us, the player, to fast travel throughout the land. As the scene continues, we can once again spot a grandfather's clock that looks exactly like the one from the Gryffindor's Tower Common Room. And adorned at the center of this connecting hallway, we see a massive emblem of an eagle. And to the right and the left of this hallway, we can also spot 4 sets of stairs that go up and down. I believe the set of stairs that go up will bring us to the upper rooms of the common room. And the set of stairs that lead us downward are the entrances to the wizards and witches dormitories. And I believe this is true because on the right side we see 2 armed set of armors. And on the other side we see, well, nothing. These set of armors are actually blocking the entrance to the stairway. And this intriguing detail very much connects to the fact that the witches' dormitories are enchanted and protected. You see, there is a rule in Hogwarts that wizards cannot enter a witch's dormitory. But on the other hand, the witches can indeed enter the wizard's dormitory. So only one of them would have to be guarded, very much like this picture depicts. It is also written that there is an enchantment or spell that keeps the wizards away. And I believe these armed statues are the items being bewitched. In the next room, we can see the wooden fireplace as a focus point. We can also notice that the eagle banner behind the fireplace was built geometrically to give us, the students, the idea that the fireplace itself is flying. This room is also covered by a myriad of very large arched windows with different winged designs. The light that these windows provide reflect a celestial feel into this room, and it makes us feel enlightened. At the very further left corner, we can also spot another telescope. And this specific shot, I believe, is on the far corner side of the room we were just looking at, as we can see the previous set of stairs on the right side. As we know, the Ravenclaw Common Room was the only common room to have its own library. But I believe Hogwarts Legacy chose to have another approach. Instead of having one specific room being the library, we can see the books and shelves full of books spread throughout this common room, giving the access of knowledge to every single student wherever they're sitting. In this shot, we can also spot another telescope near that comfy chair. And over to the left, we can see an unfinished painting of Hogwarts, again, calling to the artistic and creative ways of a Ravenclaw student. And here we have the student approaching the Ravenclaw Common Room. Like it is written in the books, the Ravenclaw Common Room is located on the 5th floor at the end of a hallway on top of the stairs. At the right side of the stairs, we can spot an interactive globe, a statue of an eagle, and another interactive armillary globe, with a different design this time. It is also written that the Ravenclaw Common Room door doesn't actually have a knob, but instead, an eagle adorning the center of it where a student has to solve a puzzle or riddle to enter the room. A very interesting detail here is that it is also written that if a student is not able to answer the puzzle or riddles, they don't get access to the common room. And over to the left of the screen, we can clearly spot 2 students sitting adjacent to the door, crouching down, looking a bit despaired. And they're probably waiting for another student to correctly answer the question so they can enter the room as well. This just shows the attention to detail of the developers in this game. As our avatar answers the question correctly, the eagle furls itself in and allows us to enter into the room, where we see a massive statue of an eagle and another ceiling portraying more astrological designs. In the scene, we are back into the first room where this analysis began. Over in the distance, beyond the windows, we can see the tall spires of Hogwarts, and a better look at the celestial rug that takes over the entirety of this room. Now, we can see one of the rooms on the 2nd floor. Like the room below, it is a very large circular room adorned by many windows representing the same call to astrology. Here we can also see the upper portion of the chandelier that supports the one below. We can also spot more books scattered all over this room and a spiral staircase that brings us up to the observatory above. Over on the right side, before the avatar walks into this room, we can also spot the notice board that is present in every single common room. And once again, the Chudley Cannon poster with the controversial number 21. And like I've mentioned in previous videos, Chudley Cannons did not win their 21st cup until 1892, which is 2 years after this game is set to begin. Now, one of the ex-developers of this game, Troy Levitt, who is no longer part of the development team, but also worked on the project for quite some time, tweeted this message reporting the number 21 as a potential anachronism lore bug. But in a very recent and latest Hogwarts Legacy gameplay review, we once again spotted the same poster. Which leads me to believe that 1. They did not fix the bug issue, or 2. This game will indeed last for more than one academic year. What do you guys think? Another super cool detail is that over on the left side, we see a very unique grandfather's clock adorned with silvery blue and gold colors. Beyond the windows, we can also spot a green hue that permeates the outside landscape. And I believe these are the mountains and forests that surround the grounds of Hogwarts. In this very next scene, we see the player walking around the previous room and looking at all of the different nooks and knickknacks placed around them. We can also see another interactive armillary globe, but nothing else that really calls my attention, except that once again, we see the portrait of the witch petting a Niffler, a portrait that is present literally everywhere in this castle. And in this very last scene, we can see the Avatar staring up at the celestial ceiling tapestry, where we can spot many different constellations, celestial designs, and some Latin names such as doctrine, system or order, cognition, or thought process. And if you haven't yet spotted all of the details of the fireplace right in the middle of the room, we can see the bronze eagle again, and on the right side we see a star, once again strengthening the astronomical reverence this room calls upon. Now let's talk about the location of this room. It has been a puzzle for many to figure out where this is exactly located. And in my Hogwarts Legacy location video, I pointed out that the Ravenclaw Common Room is actually located inside of this tower. The windows around this room are structured in a very long and tall way, with the designs of cross wings and stars on top. Now, in the very large circular room on the very top of the Ravenclaw's Common Room, we can see the design of smaller arched windows with a sun-like structured design upon it. And this room also has a glass dome as the ceiling center focus. And in this shot, we can see the 3 windows located right here in this tower, which frankly the book mentions that it is located in one of the tallest towers of Hogwarts. And this brings us to the very end of all of the Common Room analysis videos. If you haven't watched the other house videos, they're linked down below. Up next, I'll be finding details you have probably missed during the Hogwarts Legacy gameplay showcase review. Now, do you want more Hogwarts Legacy content? Don't worry, more content this way comes. And if you have any questions about the Wizarding World's lore, artifact discoveries, and dangerous curiosity, please leave a comment down below. You can also join the Aura Division community by following us on Instagram and Twitter. Also, stop being a muggle and go like, subscribe, and stupefy the bell notification button to alert the ministry you want more content. Thank you so much for being part of the Aura Division community. And until next time, mischief managed.